guys, I don't know how to start these yet. It's probably going to be a dumb saying. But anyways, this review is of Ultimate Spider-Man, as you can see from the title. Now, this is the initial thoughts. I haven't read the whole thing, but if you do not want to be spoiled, I advise that you read the first 25 issues and come back and see what I have to say as my initial thoughts. I'm going to do pros and cons, and the first thing we're going to do is characters. We'll start with Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and I understand that they're the same character, they're technically the same person, but when he puts the mask on, he acts different. I would say Spider-Man is funny, exciting, and relatable, and when I say exciting, I mean when he's fighting, he bounces around and just makes you want to see more. He's relatable by, like, if you had those powers, if you were in that suit, you'd be excited, and he has this kind of, like, childish, innocent excitement when he first starts, and he's still kind of like that throughout the whole thing. There's also Peter Parker, who is very, very relatable. I said it for both because Bendis nailed the way you connect to him. Every time you see him in a school section, you're not bored, you want more, and it's because of the way he reacts to everything. The rest of the characters, redos of the characters are pretty good, and new ones are fun. Villains like Electro and Kingpin are fresh. Other side characters are very similar to their normal characters, except for Gwen. We'll get to her. Okay, the origin was set up and executed perfectly. Before I continue, I realize that the Ultimate Spider-Man has similar origin to the normal one, but man was it good. When the book started with the spider bite, I was a little bored, but when Spider-Man became selfish and rude when he got his powers, it just tied up the origin with a bow and was ready to hand it to you. When Uncle Ben died, even though I've heard the origin a million times, it kind of got me this time, because Peter Parker didn't just let the killer go. He was also a jerk to Uncle Ben before he died. It was a fresher version that we got to see, and I think it was really cool to see Spider-Man figure out how bad he was being and fix himself. The villains that I have seen have satisfying new origins, and when they are done with that character for a time, they'll leave you excited to see more of them while leaving you happy with the way they were stopped. School is also a big player in the story too. There's a lot of social pressure on Peter, and he really wants to cave, but he works through it, which just makes him more relatable. The place is also very tense, and a lot of people are aware of what's going on with superheroes after their school was attacked. And some people are trying to figure out if somebody at the school is Spider-Man. Now for the dialogue. One thing Bendis is good at is making dialogue real, yet fun and engrossing. I find that the text is as good as the art, and together they really do just work. Some of his jokes can actually make me laugh out loud, and the rest of them just make me smile, but they can be pretty funny. Now for the art. I think the art in this book is fantastic most of the time. The character designs and redesigns are mostly good, and the action poses are cool. Another thing about the designs is they stand out and are fun to look at. And in general, the art is really awesome to look at. There's also some panels where Peter is dreaming about being Spider-Man, and they look beautiful. Now for the cons. There's only one thing I want to really talk about, and that is art. And I understand I literally just talked about art and I praised it, but I said most of the time for the reason for most of the things, because two of the new signs are horrible to me. One is Shocker. He looks like a 90s skater wearing an Eskimo jacket with thick paddles stuck to his hands that shoot out freaking radio waves. There's also Gwen, who just became a hip, belly shirt wearing, pierced everywhere, knife wielding blonde. That is what you can take just from her art, and it perfectly describes her at this point. I don't know why they made all these characters like this, but I don't like it at all. Another thing is just the lazy art. Yeah, just soak these in. They, don't seem too bad, but they could have tried harder. Maybe I'm just nitpicking. In conclusion, this book is almost perfect. I think so far it's really good. When part 2 comes out, I'll update you on what I think then. Just like the intro, I have no idea how to end these, but there's our logo's over there, and if you press that, you can subscribe if you really like this video. And also, there's another video here. I'm not really sure if it's the past video or a new one that has come out. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you like it, and bye-bye.